Greetings, citizens of the internet. I bring to you another Vinyl Finds video. I don't think this is actually like finds. This is more like purchases. I know you want to clarify just to be as as legit as possible on here. So I want to give a shout out to Matt Sands. Matt, I don't remember what your YouTube handle is these days, and maybe after the whole YouTube thing where they made you use your real name. It may just be Matt Sands, but Matt, maybe a month ago or so, had kind of turned me on to this bargain bin or bargain box, I think is what they call it, for deepdiscount.com. They had all these like records that were like, you could get stuff that was like 70% and above, and then there was like 30 to 55% or 69%, whatever it was. But I've been going on there the last couple of weeks, usually like once a week, and buying some of these records are like $5.50 to $6. So again, the point of my YouTube channel and the point of making these videos is exploring music, right? So it's not about collecting, it's not about the pressings. So sorry. Sometimes I think that just kind of gets in the way of it's really about music. That's what it's about, right? So they had all this stuff on sale, and so what I've been doing is really been kind of buying maybe like 4 LPs a week. I get that $25. It's get you the free shipping, and it's just wonderful. So I've been kind of exploring some new music. So I wanted to share some of that with you. So as of today is August 1st. 2019. It's actually Jerry Garcia's 77th birthday. Speaking of which, this is a new CD pickup that I got, The Grateful Dead Dave's Picks number 31. Hard to believe that we're up to that already. Limited edition of 20,000. Yeah, whatever. Again, this is the only way you can get this. So, but it's at the Uptown Theater in Chicago. December 3rd, 1979. So, of course, one of my favorite bands. So, I had to buy that. There was a new box set that was announced today. Stuff from, I think, the 87, 89, and 91 shows at Giant Stadium. So, kind of on the fence whether or not I'm going to get that. It looks great, but not really. I don't know. You don't have to buy everything, right? So, first thing I wanted to show off was this is a record that I got. It was a Kickstarter. It's the Clingers, Soft Bodies, Hard Rock. Clingers were like a band in the 60s, kind of a girl kind of garage band kind of thing. And one of the reasons why I got this is because you may say, you know what, that seems very familiar. Well, in the Ugly Things that it was published in, they did a giant, there's me there. They did a huge kind of write-up about the Clingers, so I kind of thought it fitting to check this out. So if you've never done a Kickstarter before, sometimes they take a long time and they're kind of goofy, and you send your money and then it's, you just get something in the mail when it just eventually gets to you. But this is from Area 251 Records is who put this out. So they're doing another one. I think the band is The Good and Plenty, which I have one of their records, kind of like a psychedelic pop kind of record or whatever. But this is cool, so I'm excited to listen to this. Just came in the mail the other day. So these are some of the finds. Let's see, I'm going to show 7 records here. So these are all. So what I did on the Deep Discount website is I went and I looked, and I did the 70% off, and then I did by release date, and I sort of worked backwards from that. So I found out like most of the stuff has been released within maybe the last year or 2 years. And it's just kind of stuff that, I went on YouTube and kind of listened to and was like, okay, yeah, this sort of strikes my fancy. So a lot of this stuff it's still kind of psychedelic, but it's sort of your neo-psych, which is like your, not like your Paisley, whatever, but sort of, these got some schmutz on the old shirt there. Sorry, I should have changed my shirts before I did this. But anyhow, so this is one of them. This is Suntalk. Stay Wild. And I really don't know too much about these bands, so I'm just going to be kind of, very general and brief about this. But from what I can tell, this guy, I don't know what his name is because it's not on here, but so it's kind of like a sort of dreamy, this is like the California sort of psychedelic kind of vibe. So this is actually like a double record, but it's across. They do like 3 songs on a side, which is kind of, sometimes it can be kind of silly. But this came out 2018, so it's cool. Like a lot of slide guitar with like fuzz pedal kind of stuff, or like reverb pedal. So it's kind of right up my alley. I want to say that was like $5.50 for that. This was another one that was kind of a cheapy one. This is from 2015. Josh Rouse. This is the Embers of Time. I really liked his Nashville album. Kind of came out when I was in college, and I really loved his sort of kind of singer-songwriter kind of thing. So again, for like $5 or $6, it's worth checking out. So let's see what else we got here. Here's another one. This is again more sort of that kind of in that psych vibe. This is on TP Records, of course. Like the Brian Jonestown Massacre was on this label. I want to say that this was sort of a little more kind of on the punk side, but it was definitely like a kind of a space rock kind of thing. Lecherous Gaze, 115. I don't think that these are on the website anymore, but again, it was just a couple of bucks, and it's a Frazetta cover. So Frank Frazetta, like it's like how can you like not pass that up, right? So yeah, I was excited about this one. So it's the 3rd album from this band. So again, more cool stuff from them. This one, shout out to Mr. Sean Benefield. These are some fellow West Virginia boys. I think they're from Huntington, West Virginia, which I think is probably, maybe 2 hours from me, Sean. This is on Hickman Holler Records, which I believe is Tyler Chowder's, is his record label, who he's sort of this, kind of up-and-coming country sort of, they lump him into that Americana kind of thing because there's not really a genre to describe what this guy sounds like. But this is just kind of like a pop rock sort of band. This came out very recently. This is a 2019 release. I would suggest checking out the track Summer Candy. It's very cool. It's sort of a almost sounds sort of like a 70s kind of like yacht rock kind of thing. I really dig it. It's really cool. So check them out. Ona, O-N-A. So again, cool stuff. And again, this was like $6. So, all right, next, this one is one that came out like just about a year ago. It's T. Hardy Morris. It's called Dude the Obscure. So you can kind of tell by the cover sort of what you're getting into. So it's sort of this, it's, psychedelic, again, like sort of that neo-psych kind of stuff. I don't remember which, I listened to NY, which I think is New York or whatever. Lit by Midnight was pretty good. Purple House Blues was also a really good one that I enjoyed on the old YouTubes. So this I think was $5.56 or something like that. 2 more. This one came out in 2007. I posted this on my Facebook the other day. Let me think of how to pronounce this. Arboretum. I watched like an interview where somebody actually said it because I didn't know how to pronounce it. Arboretum. I think this is kind of cool because it's sort of like, I think, a tarot card here, sort of the Hanged Man sort of thing, and then like you got the cups and what have you. That's a blue jay on the cover there. But this is 2007 on Thrill Jockey Records, and the guy that did this, he's sort of the brainchild behind this. He actually went to school in Baltimore with Tupac and Jada, Will Smith's wife. So again, it's really cool, sort of kind of spacey rock. I wouldn't call it shoegaze, but I would say it's sort of in that kind of kind of mumbly kind of lyrics, and Not really the verse chorus kind of stuff. So I think this one might have been like $6 or something like that for that one. And the last one, and I don't know how to pronounce this one, but it's BAST. This is called Bazaar, which this is sort of like this Egyptian cat kind of thing that I learned about. There's like a black lotus on the back of there. The best way I can describe to you is this is like Miles Davis's On the Corner. Like I listened to like 2 songs off of this, and I was like, I have to have this album. So a little more on the progressive side. I thought the cover was really cool looking. It just was kind of weird, and again, couldn't pass it up as a double album. So those are some of my finds. So I would be interested if anybody has heard of any of those. Like if what are your thoughts? Is it something that you've enjoyed? Have you found those albums before? But like I said, kind of all in that sort of psychedelic kind of I don't know, indie sort of thing. Sort of enjoying. What I haven't been enjoying is this heat. It's so hot. But yeah, I'm gonna get like a nice cold beverage and probably watch a cheesy movie. So I will see you on down the trail next time, whenever that may be. So thanks for watching.